7C. Easy to sound. The Ladybird Keywords Reading Scheme. EE. We know the word C. There are two sounds in the word C. There are S and E. C. S and E make C. We can make the sounds B and E. B and E make B. Now we can read, here is a bee. The boy sees the bee. He lets the bee go free. He sees the bee go by the tree. Ooh. We know the word look. The sounds U, K are in the word look. U, K make look. U, K make book. U, K make cook. Now we can read, here is a book. The girl wants to cook. She looks in the book. What she sees in the book helps her to cook. Ing. We know the words bring, king, and going. They all end in the sound ing. Now we can read, the king has a ring. The man is fishing. The boy is jumping. The woman is reading. Sh. We know the words shop, she, and fish. Shop, she, fish, and wish. They all have the sound sh. Now we can read, she looks in the shop. This shop is shut. She has some shells. The fish is in the dish. Copy the words as you write them in your exercise book. The pictures will help you. Rook, wing, brush, tree, ring, hook, 3, dish. EA. We know the word T. The sounds T, E make the word tea. Put the sound T after the sound E, and you make the word eat. We know the word C. The sounds and E make C. The words S, E, T make the word seat. The sounds T make the word teapot. The sounds E, T make the word meat. The sounds T, P, Ch make the word teapot. Ch. We know the word chair. When we start to say chair, we make the ch. We make the sound ch. We know the word children. We make the sound ch. When we start to say children, we know the sounds and ch. And ch make the word each. Each boy has an apple. The sounds r, ch make the word reach. The sounds p, ch make the word peach. The children each reach for a peach. We know the words Peter, flower, her, brother, sister, mother, father, water. They all end in the sound We can make all the sounds t, ch, The sounds t, ch, make teacher. We know the words fish and man. Now we can make fisher man. The fisherman is on the pier. We know the words farm, help, play, and around. Now we can read, here is a farmer. The farmer has a helper. Here is a player. The children play rounders. We know the words all, ball, call, tell, well, will, hill, doll, pull. They all end in the sound ooh. Now we can read, the men are by the wall. They are all tall. The farmer pulls the bull. The bull pulls the farmer. The teacher gives the boy a bell. The boy rings the bell. He draws a hill and a road. Then he draws a mill on the hill. Complete the words as you write them in your exercise book. The pictures will help you. Beach, patch, well, leaf, keeper, bell, match, number. Ish and ch. Jane draws a man and two children in a fish and chip shop. Look, Peter, she says, the children are in a fish and chip shop. The man asks the children if they want fish with their chips. B and D. Peter writes the letters B, E, D. This word is bed, he says. Then he makes the word look like a picture of a bed. Our teacher did this at school, he says. It helps us to write B and D. Then Peter draws a man on the bed. E. Peter has the letter E on a card. He says, I can make fur into fire with the E on this card. Then he puts the E at the end of another word. Look, he says, the E at the end makes pip into pipe. It can make can into cane, pan into pain, van into vein, fur into fire, tub into tube, and pin into pine. We know the words think, 3. They all start with the sound T. Now we can read the blue books. The blue book is thin. This is a thick book. Here is a moth. He has good teeth. It is thick cloth. The number is 30. The man makes a pat. The boy has a bat. Whoa. Whoa. We know the words what, where, which, when, why. They all start with the sound W. Now we can read. He has a whip for his top. The farmer looks at his wheat. Here is a whale in the sea. He puts the wheel on the car. This is an egg whisk. The cat has whiskers. The boy has a whistle. The girl whispers to her friend. Peter and Jane have just had some pictures from their aunt and uncle of their holiday by the sea. There is a letter from Auntie with the pictures. They read the letter in which Auntie tells them that she and uncle are well. She sends her love to Peter and Jane and their mother and father. Auntie tells them that they may keep the pictures as a present from her. She thinks that the pictures are very good. We must write and thank her, says Jane. Yes. All right, says Peter, but let us look at the pictures first, and then we will write to Auntie and Uncle. Copy out and complete. The children have some pictures to look at. She has sent them a letter. Auntie tells them to keep the pictures. They are reading the letter. They will write to thank Auntie. The first picture is of the children on the sands as they go along in a donkey cart. It is an old green cart with big red wheels. Peter and Jane had never been in this donkey cart before. In the picture, the donkey has a hat. On his back, he has a red cloth with bells on it. The bells ring as the donkey pulls the cart along. There is a whip in the cart. It was a dear little donkey, says Jane. I do like donkeys. It did not go very fast, says Peter, but it was fun. Copy out and complete. The donkey pulls the cart. The wheels are red in the cart. The wheels are red and the cart is green. The bells ring as the cart is going along. The cloth is on the donkey's back. There is a whip in the cart. Here are some fishing boats going out. The sun is going down as the motorboats put out to sea. Some birds are flying over the fishing boats. The fishermen hope to bring back many fish for the shops. Then there will be fish for everyone to buy, and the fishermen will have money. In the picture, Peter and Jane sit on a wall by the beach with their uncle as they look at the boats. Peter has his kite in his hand. As he looks at the picture, Peter says he would like to go out with the fishing boats one day. Copy out and complete. They look at the fishing boats. Peter and Jane are by the beach. Peter has his kite in his hand. The fishermen hope to bring back many fish. There will be fish for anyone to buy. This is a picture of the fishermen. Peter and Jane are not in it. The fishermen have come back with many fish in their boats. It is the morning after Peter and Jane saw the fishing boats go out to sea. The fishermen are working to get the fish out of the boats. They want to get the fish into the shops as soon as they can. Would you like to work like that? Jane asks Peter. Yes, why not? Says Peter. I think the men get good pay for their work. They can have a bath and put on other clothes after it. Copy out and complete. The boats have been out to sea. It is the morning after they saw the boats go out. They want to get the fish into the shops. He thinks the men get good pay, good money for their work. They can have a bath after their work. This is an old mill which Peter and Jane saw when on holiday with their aunt and uncle. A big water wheel works the mill, and Auntie and Uncle like to go to the woods or this place for a picnic. Picnic tea when it is very hot. We had never been there before, said Jane. It was nice by the trees. It was not too hot there, but I should not like to go into the water. There would be danger from the mill wheel. There were many fish in the water, said Peter. That man who was fishing had 5 by the end of the afternoon. Copy out and complete. It is a picture of an old mill. Peter and Jane like a picnic tea. They had never been there before. In the picture, there is a man fishing. It is the wheel. It is the mill which works It is the wheel which works the mill. The children always like playing on the beach. It is best when the sun is out and it is hot. Then the children can take off their clothes to go into the sea or to run and play on the sands. There are many things to do in the picture. You can see some donkeys, Punch and Judy, an ice cream van, and the pyre. Some children are out in a boat with Jack, and others are looking for shells. Peter has a jumping game with some other boys. Jane and her friends play with a new red ball. They all look very happy. Copy out and complete. They like playing on the beach. It is hot. It's hot when the sun is out. Some children look for shells. You can see some donkeys. Peter and Jane will put their pictures in a book. When they have seen all the pictures, the children each write to their aunt and uncle to thank them for their letter and the pictures. They tell them how happy they were to be on holiday with them. Peter writes to his uncle that they are all fit and well, and that he and Jane have been to the zoo. Jane tells Auntie about some new clothes she has had. Then she writes, Mom and I are going to make some jam. She lets me help her to cook. Dad thinks he would like to keep bees, and he has found a book to read about bees. His friend keeps bees. Copy out and complete. They each write a letter. Jane helps her mother to cook. They are all fit and well. Dad thinks he would like to keep bees. He reads a book which will help him. It is 4 o'clock. The sun is out again. There has been no rain for days. The two children go out to send off their letters. On their way back, they call on a friend. He is going to make a go-kart with some wheels he has found. He tells Peter and Jane that his father will help him to make the go-kart. I saw one in a shop, says Peter. Yes, says his friend. In some shops, they call them go-karts. Some go-karts have motors in them and others do not. Copy option complete. It is not raining. They send off their letters. He has found some wheels. His father will help him. We saw a go-kart in a shop.